Oh my god.
Hey guys, we're here live. I think we're supposed to work on upper back and neck.
Yeah.
I think that's what we told people we were going to work on. My camera's at a different angle. Massage therapists like to do fancy things like talk about the sternocleidomastoid. And if there's anything that'll impress a woman at a party, it's when I talk about, hello lovely lady, your sternocleidomastoid. It's a muscle and it connects from your skull over there onto your sternum, which is where the sterno comes from. And the mastoid is your mastoid process just behind your ear. This is the sort of stuff that massage therapists think that everybody needs to know. But what you have is a muscle, and when you attach one end to the other, it's like a rope, it just pulls. It's a muscle. So what? Do you need to know all the names of all these muscles? When you finish this today, do you need to know the name semispinalis, capitis? No. I mean, I want you to know there's some muscles there. But the whole deal is you can go back to Google anytime and look up this information. It's all there for you. It's all available. I'll put it up on the screen if I think it's an important reference. But for the most part, to work on friends and family, you don't need any anatomical information. And yes, I said it. If you're a massage therapist, you don't like that, write some nasty comments below. Happy to field those. To learn how to work on people, you don't need to know any of that. Basketball players use muscles all the time. Did they know what the muscle names are? I guarantee you Michael Jordan did something with his semispinalis capitis when he was dunking, and he didn't know the name of that muscle one. See what I'm saying? So the whole deal is we're going to go ahead. I'm going to work on Kristen, work on upper back and neck. She has dictated to me that after she cop knocked and made me
made him scream.
Almost soil myself.
It was really funny.
She needs an elbow in the neck. What'd you say? Elbow in the shin?
Elbow in the neck, shin in the neck.
Shin in the neck.
Must happen.
So I know what she just said, but I'm going to work on her. I think what you're going to do is you're going to have your partner on their side. And one of the things I wanted to point out about our Thai massage jam, like you don't have to be a massage therapist or yoga teacher or personal trainer. Like anybody is supposed to use these. We put these up and continue to teach freely online because I feel like everybody needs this information. And during COVID, people don't get any contact with other people. I think it's probably more important than ever. The stuff that we show you is super safe to engage with and learn how to work on people. That's why she and I are dedicated to like using this. You're just showing people how to work on their partners, loved ones, friends, and family. Don't feel like you have to be a licensed massage therapist to be able to follow along. So go ahead and lay down on your side. Doesn't matter to me which. I'm gonna bolster her. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to grab my handy dandy. What do you need?
Oh, still this one.
What do you want that for?
My head.
So you want that instead of the
pillow.
pillow.
For me, I need more support. Fluffy pillows are great, but I like to use a yoga blanket and fold it up.
What she's saying is that she is a princess.
The princess needs support.
And she will settle for no less than the absolute best.
Truth. Must have the best.
So I gave her a bolster just because when her hip is here, I just want to make sure she's comfortable so she can actually relax and let go. There's nothing worse than being in a position where you feel like your head is kind of cocked to one side or the other. That would make her uncomfortable. And then upper back and neck, is it always the usual stuff like back here?
Yeah.
Always back here?
Yeah, I basically feel like my neck is being pulled in both directions from looking down at working all day, and then after I get off work, I mess with my cell phone. And then I sit all slouchy on my couch like an idiot because I know better. And so I can feel that like my SCM, the muscle we just talked about, is tight and pulling me forward.
Yeah.
And I feel like my occipital muscles and all the splenius capus, all these guys are kind of mad and pulling me back. So
okay.
I've had an angry neck.
And the first way we're going to work on this, and I do this all the time, this is my favorite, absolute favorite, is I'm going to come in and in my case, move my microphone and I'm going to scoot in right next to her, almost like sacrum to sacrum, low back to low back right here. And then I'm going to loop underneath the arm to grab onto the shoulder here, get this nice little handle. Because now what I want to do is I want to move around the shoulder blade. So people think I'm working right here because this is where my hand is. Nah, I'm working all down through here. And the way I'm working all through down here is by using movement because I'm grabbing onto the shoulder blade. When I pull and lean back, look at her head and neck. It's the first thing to come along for the ride other than the shoulder. And I'm going to do this, going to shake that open. Pull it back, shake it open. Not too much pressure.
My low back.
Low back? What? I'm not even working on your low back. How can I be working on your low back and my hands are up here?
You're working it.
So how do you feel that in your low back?
When you twist me open, yeah. Right there.
Because she's getting a twist along her spine, so she even feels it in her lumbar. So when I pull you back, how's right there?
Oh yeah.
You're tight. I know you're tight. I could tell by that knock. There's so much aggression.
That's true.
It was like
I was running late. And I was just like, da.
It was like I pirated.
And then I jumped in the room.
It was like I pirated an album in like 1999, and the RIAA came swinging through the windows to come get me for pirating a song. You know, I was just like, whoa, what the hell is going on?
I wish that the mic was like flowing at that point, so I could replay that noise you made when I scared you. I was like, I think he said come in.
Eventually, after I calmed down, realized somebody just knocked.
I think he was blasted through the door immediately after, so.
And right here along the spine, I'm just using 2 reinforced fingers. I'm not really pressing very hard. I'm just mobilizing right here. So now it's this movement combined with this. Too much, you're kicking.
I can't help it.
You're running away.
Yeah.
That's what you get for cop knocking.
I know.
Freaking me out, making my blood pressure go through the roof. I'm gonna have to go to a psychiatrist and get on medication for that.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, do you jump at loud noises like a little girl cry? I'm like, yes. Now, if I lean like down towards the tailbone,
so good.
or then back.
Whenever you go down, I feel it more in my occipitals and like the muscles on the back of my neck.
Okay, which one do you want?
I want down.
Down, okay. Now, that is a classic piece, and I know that's something I could just glance over, but I want you to really hear this, okay? When I did that, I just asked my client what they wanted. That's huge, huge, because I could just keep rolling back and rolling back and rolling back and rolling back over this way and rolling back this way, and it wouldn't be exactly what she wants. She wants me to go down. She wants me to pull back this way. How's that?
Yeah.
Now, where do you feel that?
Base of my skull, my SCM.
Now, if I had a choice right there, if I go a little further forward, a little further back, which of those you want?
Forward.
Forward a little bit? We think right there? Do you need more forward?
That's good.
Just right there? Okay.
Yeah.
Do we include the arm with it instead of just the shoulder?
Is that you including the arm?
No. So when I say that, and this is what I'm asking, sometimes the people won't even understand what I'm saying because it makes sense to me, but the problem in interpreting what's going through my brain is information's flowing across the corpus callosum, going through those hemispheres, and then Kristen cop knocks, streaks me the fuck out. I don't know what's going on, you know. So when I add the shoulder or add the arm, what it is I can pull the shoulder and the shoulder blade in the same direction, but I can include the arm.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Now, tons of different ways to do this, but I'm just improvising in the moment because she asks. Now, that's lifting her head completely off there. Is that too much?
Nah.
How's the rock back and forth?
I like it.
Now, still right there?
Yeah.
There we go. Now, what if I interlace with the fingers and get above the wrist there? How's that?
Good. Nice.
A little further forward? Now, where do you feel it when I do that?
I'm feeling it like in my bicep a little bit. It's really nice.
Does it still extend?
My delt. I'm still feeling it in my neck too.
There you go. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Because then what happens is you got multiple moving joints, right?
Yeah.
We're across the wrist, across the elbow, across the shoulder blade, across the vertebra and the spine. I don't have to do that. I just thought it would be nice. And I know how she uses her arm to be able to give people the finger while she's on her motorcycle, you know.
Oh, shoot. I did it today. Got it going.
So now I've put my foot just real broad, just across her sacrum. You can see this right here. I've just got my foot right across her sacrum. And what's happening is it's allowing her whole spine to kind of roll back and open. How's that?
Yeah.
There we go. Do you mean to kind of walk my feet up and down the spine?
Sure.
So just with a little bit of pressure, not major pull, I can just walk the feet up and down right through here. If you get up to the shoulder blade, you can kind of hook the toes underneath that. Now, it's important to note that as I'm doing this, we talk about those crazy muscles. If you want to impress people at parties, you got to use the Latin names, Greek names, because everybody thinks you're smart and sexy, and that's how that works. But mainly what it is you're going in and opening the pecs this way. A lot of that slouch forward posture is really coming from the chest and the front. So when you're doing this, even though I'm here, right, like rocking her spine, anchoring at the sacrum, and then pulling her open, a lot of that stretch is actually coming from the pec and pec minor. Pectoralis major, and underneath it, pectoralis minor. When I pull back, it's putting some length on that muscle, pulling it back and open. And then what do you think, here or higher?
Lower.
Lower. Tell me when.
There.
A lot of my body work, I say, it's like pouring tequila. You tell when. Tell me when. And you're like, oh, that's good. That's a good shot. I like that one. But only if it's a good.
I like that one.
Only if it's a good sipping tequila. Don't come to me with those additives and fake stuff. It's gross.
I don't need that.
That's gross. It gives me a hangover. Ugh. Right there. A little bit higher. So I move my foot just like an inch, a little bit higher. Right there. She don't even answer me no more.
I'm awake though.
It's just like class. She didn't answer me. Now, somebody cop knock and scare her. I don't know why. I didn't used to be that jumpy, but now I think because I'm alone a lot because of COVID, like random noises scare me.
Yeah. I mean, I jump into appointments whenever there's like, it's really quiet.
Yeah.
And
So from here, we've opened up some of that, right? When I was pulling the arm down, did we lengthen trapezius, especially the upper trap? Sure. We're pulling that shoulder blade down, lengthening that muscle, that junction between the neck and the upper back. But I want to be able to continue that process, working on levator scapula. Same thing, elevates the scapula, levator scapula. The scapula is the shoulder blade. It elevates the shoulder blade. People love to make this stuff seem like super complex. It ain't super complex. It's just a muscle. It's fine. Go look it up. Google. Google is your friend. Suboccipitals, semispinalis, capitis. That's just many of the neck muscles. A couple. I just listed a handful there so you could get just a basic idea. But a lot of people, when they're having problems with this junction, kind of like right up here, right? This is kind of like that meeting place between the upper back and the neck. How's that right there?
tight.
Tight. You want more pressure there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm pulling her hair out of the way. I quickly did this because I don't want to grab some of those stray hairs and like pull on that in a way that's uncomfortable, but I need to change my position and see if I can get at an angle that's going to help me get my forearm and elbow. And I'm going to change like this. Let me see so you can see me well. And then right in here, I'm looking, the seam of the shirt. You might want to slide it out of the way. Then she's got like this little bitty necklace. I don't want to press that into her skin, so I might be able to lift it just a little bit higher for this first pass. And then what I've got is essentially skin or just like flat shirt, something that's going to work for the compression there. I'm going to come in with my forearm and elbow, big and broad. So I'm kind of, on my case, about right there. Do I go elbow? Do I go here? Not quite as strong. This is the big, thick part. This is where I hold the beer, right here. So I'm going to come in. What do you think?
On my bone a little bit.
On the bone. Okay. So if it's too much pressure still?
It feels like you're on C7.
Okay. So hold on. Do you want me to come a little further forward?
Yes.
There we go. Now, when she said that, I don't take offense. I'm like, what bone? What bone?
I'm back there.
I'm the body worker, and I don't know. So I had to ask her, what, like, do I go forward? And she's like, yeah. So now, do you need more pressure?
No. Me sure.
No. Sure. You want more pressure?
Yeah, I want more pressure.
Okay. So to give her more pressure, I have to stack my shoulder on top of my elbow. So do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot up just a little bit and then lean in. How's that? Now, does that feel like more pressure?
Yes.
Now, that's such a subtle shift. I don't think you could see with your eyeball as opposed to Lewis Black, hear with your ear, because radio goes in your ear and TV goes in your eye. But when it goes in your eye, what is? The stuff that goes in your ear and eyes?
No, what are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Is it a song? Is it a song by Robert?
Lewis Black?
Oh, I don't know who it is.
Oh, it's like Video Killed the Radio Star. It's Lewis Black. He's doing like a bit about radio goes in your ear.
I was like, I know you're doing something.
But MTV goes in your eye.
I know that there's something I don't know.
When you see it, in other words, it's such a subtle shift. There's probably just a very slight shift in angle like this. That's really all I did to be able to deliver more pressure. To give more pressure, I tend to stack my body on top to be able to allow gravity to allow me to sink down. Now I've got some good, I think, pressure right here. Do you need more?
No.
No? Do you want me to go further forward or further back?
Forward.
Further forward
Yeah.
or further back?
I really want like an elbow back there.
You want an elbow. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm still on my forearm, and when you say you
All
want
right,
your
well, fine,
elbow,
instead of your forearm.
you want a point. You want more pointed. Now, for you guys, I still think you're better to go ahead and judge this. If your receiver is asking for more, feel free. You're fine. We're not in the front of the neck. We're not upper carotid artery. We're not choking somebody. This is definitely in the back, right? Like our head is facing just a little bit down towards the mat. When you want elbow, do you want elbow like down towards there? Okay. So I'm going to create a little space right here first. And then I'm going to come in and go, you want elbow there?
I think so.
Is that it? You tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. More pressure than that?
No.
You want forward or back?
Backwards.
Tell me when.
Ouch.
Ouch. Great. Back off too much?
It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
It's about as bad as that cop knock.
My feedback is?
About as bad as that cop knock.
That's great.
We have tons of video available, by the way. If you guys want to learn more, I have a subscription service. It has 800 hours. I'm not lying to you. There are 800 hours of video footage of me teaching since 2017. And as Matthew McConaughey would say, if you haven't subscribed, it'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. It'd be a whole lot cooler. So what do you think? A little further forward?
Ooh, yeah, that's
Or a
fine.
little further back?
Forward.
Okay, tell me when.
When?
There we go. Now, she's choosing this, but she's giving me feedback. I could easily deliver too much pressure. I could easily come in and just deliver too much pressure in a spot on trapezius, on the levator scapula, somewhere in the posterior cervical spine, and she'd say, hey, can you back off a little bit? And I said, great, awesome, yeah, no problem. But because she's asking for a bit more, I decided to go ahead and give her that. She's educated, schooled in this. She knows what she can receive, and that's what she wanted. I'm not going to argue with her. It's what she likes. So from there, do you want more point?
Yeah.
There we go. Now tell me when.
When?
There we go.
That's great.
Now, you couldn't see it quite as well from this angle, but I have this arm lifted. Before, the arm was kind of over here, and I lifted it higher, because when you do this, what you wind up doing is you're giving the elbow more of a point. This is more flat, this is more pointed. Now, down towards the feet,
Yeah.
or up towards, down towards the feet? Tell me when.
When?
There we go. It feels like I'm grabbing a section of skin and then shearing it different directions and asking her for feedback. I do this constantly all across people. Your toe. I'm like, big toe. You like, I want to twist this way, or you like, I'm going to twist more that way? And they're like, what the hell are you doing? Pain science to your piggy. Now I'm going to double up because I got this good steady pressure. Now I'm going to reach over and press this away at the same time. So do you like when I press the shoulder away?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to hold both. A little bit forward or a little bit back?
Forward.
Tell me when. Right there? There we go. And I keep thinking, man, this is so much work. It's so much work. It's like, it's so much on my arms. Why don't I just use my Elbow on steroids. Can you use an elbow on steroids?
You can.
Are you allowed to use an elbow on steroids on like cervicothoracic junction? And I call it a cervicothoracic junction again because you have to trust women at parties if you ever go to parties during Omicron. And if you do go to parties during Omicron, please don't hang out with me. So I'm going to give some length right here. It's kind of opening this space, okay? So I got a little bit more room. Yeah. So brings her shoulder down. How's that?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? Right there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, this I like.
I prefer this.
You prefer this. Why do you prefer this?
Big broad.
Big broad. Okay. Now, why didn't I do this first? This is a trick question for you, Kristen.
Because you were trying to show people an elbow because you thought they might be more under control or feel more comfortable.
Because we were about to get hate mail because people are going to see this and go, "Oh my God, you're putting a knee in their neck," and I'm like, it's really
shoulder. My
it's
neck's
really
over
more
here.
the cervicothoracic junction at the top of the trapezius, at the top of the levator scapula. You know, and if you were on my subscription service and if you knew what I teach, it'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. You'd understand. But you know, hey, we're doing what we do. Can't see nothing. Going different angles. So what do you think? Right there?
Yeah.
Now, more pressure?
No.
Good.
Good.
More forward or more back?
Fine.
Fine, right where we are. Now, what if I bounce just a little bit? Think Matthew McConaughey meets Little John. Little bounce. Little trap music. We think. Little crunk. Need a goblet.
Big goblet.
It'd be better than my water bottle. Need a crunk goblet in the back. That's right. We think right there?
Yeah.
Now, I've got to have my hips stacked. It's a little more challenging for me to describe how to do that just because I've just done it so many times. I just know where to put my legs and feet to be able to deliver the pressure. But just make sure it feels comfortable to you and comfortable to the receiver. What time is it, by the way?
7:22.
Oh my God, it's almost over. What do you mean?
You need to hurry the hell up.
I haven't need anything. I need to hurry the hell up. See, this is how I get treated by my colleaves. This is the respect I get.
Like,
you need to hurry. You need to hurry the hell up.
Hurry the hell up. Pick it up, boy. We still need an elbow to the neck and a shin to the neck.
So, do you want me to do the other side, or do you still want the elbow in that one spot?
I need an elbow.
Where?
Right in the.
So, and here's the deal, guys. She's trained. Show me where.
Right here.
Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do exactly what the client asks of me. One, I'm going to move the necklace a little bit further down because I don't want to press into her skin. And then is it right there?
Yeah, you feel that?
Okay. So she's asking for an elbow right in there. So that's what I'm going to give her. Okay. So I'm going to come in, and I know her well enough. She wants a point, but you can start in your case a little bit more broad. I'm going to go a little more to the point. She wants that. You can go a little bit more broad. What do you think? Right there? E. Too much?
Whoa. Edge.
Okay, so I need to back off a little bit.
That's good.
There we go. Do I need to shear up or down?
Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I want to adjust my pillow.
Okay.
So that was a case of like I could feel that I wasn't being fully supported, and so it was hard for me to relax with the pressure.
Okay, right there. Now, up or down?
Right there.
Right there. Now, to the front
No.
or to the back?
Back.
Tell me when.
When.
Right there?
Yeah.
That the good spot?
Yeah, lighten up slightly.
And then when I back off, that little bit of lift in my spine is just me taking pressure off. How's it now?
Yeah.
There we go. And they get to hang out here and ponder Matthew McConaughey. Because I saw him fight a dragon one time. And then there was this other time he played this guy in Austin. It'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. And then there was this other guy. He played some guy in the Civil War, the Free State of Jones. Then another time he played in Dallas Buyers Club where he played this guy. I love Matthew McConaughey, by the way. Hey, Matthew, if you ever see this, come get a session. I'll give you one.
I love Matthew.
What do you think? Right there?
Yeah.
Any referred pain from that?
Yeah, across the front of my face.
She feels it across the front of her face.
Goes up my head and around.
And then people are like, oh my God, do you have COVID? I'm like, you asked me at the height of allergy season in Austin? Do you have a sore throat? That's right. Yeah, that's one thing you learn. Robert laughs a lot, and when I do, I bounce.
Yeah.
So the pressure modifies itself in such a way that she's like, stop laughing.
He goes, you like jostling, right? That's bomb. Nothing relieves my neck tension like this move.
And it's pretty light pressure. I mean, I'm just stacking my body and hanging out.
Oh, that's so
Just
good.
hanging out. Yeah, hanging out. That's what we do when we do the good work and we hang out. Simple, right? I'm trying to make it as easy as possible to do this. Give you different camera angles so you can see what's going on. I'm going to slowly release on that side because I'm going to have her flip.
Philadelphia.
Flipadelphia. I like it. Never heard that one. I might steal that.
Always sunny in Philadelphia. Flip, flip.
So she took her bolster with her, and I'm changing camera angles with my toe because I could do that. So this time I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to start with the knee because we're running out of time on this side. That's why the sessions I usually do are 3 hours long. It's hard to fit everything in. So like right there, right in there.
This side is so tight.
There we go. And then Matthew McConaughey was in Frailty, which is one of my favorite like horror kind of films. Not a lot of people for some reason seen that one, but that one totally creeps me out. Matthew, that was the craziest movie. And it was totally crazy because I could see that shit happening.
Now I gotta watch it.
Frailty, whew, man. Be prepared. The movie freaked me out. So I'm gonna bring the shoulder down to create a little space right here, right?
I'm sore.
Bringing this down to create a little space. And then once I've created a little space, I'm gonna walk that knee in. Right? How's that there?
Yeah.
There we go. Right there. How's that? Too much?
Just tight and sore.
Just tight and sore. Okay.
I've been doing yoga, so my like my delts are tight from like down dog and like chaturanga.
So to the front or to the back?
Back.
Now you can see I'm just moving her arm right here, okay? So as I'm doing this, is it opening up the pecs? Yes. Is it opening up the traps, especially the upper? Yes. Is it opening up levator scapula? Yes. Am I also getting some skin stretch around the neck? Yes. Is it also, maybe doing some stuff to the SCM? Sure, why not? But I'm just right here hanging out, right? Just applying a little pressure. Now, what if I give you a little rock right there? How's that?
I like it.
You like that? Okay. What about the up and down? There we go. It's very common for someone to say, nah, I just want you to hold still, like static. I'm like, okay, cool. Totally fine. You just have to find what your partner likes. A lot of this is experimentation and the big capital C, communication. For sizzle. Right there, Kristen?
Yes.
She said yes. She likes this. It doesn't look like I'm doing much, right? Just looks like I'm kind of hanging out here. How's the pressure, Kristen?
Good.
Good. Couldn't even take any more, really?
I don't want any more.
Yeah, she didn't want any more. And when she says she doesn't want any more, it's like, it's not about the amount of pressure I give or pounds per square inch. It's how do we do it to help the client and work completely effortlessly. That's really what I teach. That's really what we're, working on. And to disengage, here's what's gonna happen. I want you to watch this. I'm gonna put some weight into this hand and then I'm gonna slowly lean on that so I can disengage through the knee. Because I wanna be able to come in and give her some pressure with the elbow right there. How we doing on time?
I mean, we didn't start right at 7.
What? You lied to me?
We were like talking.
What?
We did.
She's trying to get minutes out of me, I can tell.
I mean, it's the truth. It's the damn truth.
When I bring this down, is it still that same spot, kind of like up high, right in there? Okay. So let me come around to this side now, because I never opened this up the same way, right? Could you just complete the little sequence that I did? Yeah, sure. You could totally just complete that little sequence, but I think she wants some pressure right up in there. She wants some pressure right up. What do you think about there? Okay, a little more to the back.
Yeah.
There we go. And I'm just using my finger to feel around, okay? When I do that, I'm right at the top of the suboccipitals. Do you see that like red, green, blue line right there? I'm kind of at that junction, almost at the top, or I should say the base of the skull. The occiput, the suboccipital. Sub, of course, being beneath, right? Subway, it's underneath the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and see if I can get my elbow in position, and I'm going to ask her for feedback here. So I'm going to come in right at the base of the skull right there. There's still some soft kind of meaty tissue right there. How's
a little lighter.
A little lighter, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to back off a little bit. How's that? Okay, almost imperceptible on camera, but I went from uncomfortable to okay, right? Now, do I go to the back or do I go to the front?
Back.
Tell me when.
When?
Right there?
A little lighter.
A little bit lighter? There we go. Now, I had to work more to like lean up to take pressure off than I did to like lean in. It's super easy, super easy. Once you learn how to use your elbow on steroids, once you learn how to use your tools, you're going to do this stuff mostly effortlessly. One of the things that's really great about it is if you have a partner at home or somebody who's a friend that you want to work on, it's super, super easy to just throw a couple of pieces like this at people to be able to help them with like upper back and neck pain. We do it all the time. How's pressure?
Yeah.
Good? Not too bad? Doing pretty good over there?
Yeah.
Now, a little more to the back. What do you think? A little more up? That was bomb? And is bomb good?
Yeah.
I'm getting old now. I don't know my nomenclature. What do you think? A little more to the front? A little more to the back? Or back and forth?
I don't know. They're both inches.
So I'm gonna, very slowly, I'm kind of going back and forth across the suboccipitals, across the base of the skull there. She was kind of saying it was both, so I'm just going to continue that for the moment. And then what do you think? More to the front? More to the back?
Front.
More to the front?
Stay.
Stay. See, she's telling me what to do. She's going off to snooze town.
Who is? Me?
Yeah, you.
Did you say something?
You're going to snooze town. I know you.
Hit the off button.
You hit the off button. She's going to snooze town. We've been here before. When I do full classes with Kristen, they're 2 hours long usually, and usually the second hour especially. It's like, I ask her tons of questions about feedback, what's going on, and it's like, huh, wait, what? Wait, hey.
Yeah, it's hard.
Gonna slowly back off. And what do you think? We got another spot in there, or what do we need to do? Elbow?
Yeah.
Elbow where?
And that.
Where in the neck?
It's around there.
Low,
Lower
high?
is around with your finger.
So when you say lower, do you mean like down here?
Yeah, I was just seeing. I think it's probably an intervene.
Or is it base of the skull more to the posterior? Hello?
I'm listening. I'm thinking. I think it's the base of skull.
Okay, so we're gonna hook in there. And I want to see. I'm gonna change my position just a little bit. How's that right?
It's a little too big.
A little too big. So you need
Weird.
something sharper?
Yeah, no.
So what if I'm like that?
That's good.
That works, okay. So I shifted from my elbow to a little bit more of my ulna. For those of you, I can't get my nose to it, but that's the point, and I was more broad. It was the point, it didn't quite work. She wanted something a little more broad. If I broad and then go up or down? Up a little bit, tell me when. Okay, now forward or back? Forward?
Yeah.
Tell me when. Right there? And no more pressure than that?
No.
She say, no more pressure. And I hang out right here. And what I do with this other thing is normally I'll have my phone and I'll tweet Ice-T and I'll tell him how cool he is. And even though I don't watch the show that he's on, but I love him and his wife Coco, and I love what he does, and I love how he influenced me and makes me go beyond rap and metal to new realms that people don't like and they hate on you. I like Ice-T. There you go, take that. How's that right there?
Good.
You holding yourself in place with that arm?
No.
What's Robert doing? Oh, well, mostly I try to hang out for a living. I like this. This is nice for me. This feels good. I like hanging out. I like not doing a lot. How's it feel, Kristen?
Great.
So what are we going to do? Thai massage. How are we going to learn it? Join Robert's subscription. You know why? Because Matthew McConaughey said, it'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. A whole lot cooler. Now, what do you think? A little more to the back, a little more to the front. Tell me when. Right there? A little bit more up? No? Just right there? There we go. After you learn how to deliver pressure, then the goal is to release and relax all of your own tension. And if you're me, you play poker online and a guy's gonna call 4 all-ins with 6-2 offsuit. For money, by the way. And when you do that, you just go, wow, these people vote. They have say in science education. They're reproducing and having children. They have a wonderful concept of statistical analysis. Online poker at the low tables is like running through a minefield and just hoping you make it. A little longer? Good? You dead? You tapping out on me or you want more? Tapping? Okay, so I'm gonna slowly just lean off. And usually I'll just give them a second because they'll usually kind of move around. They want to make themselves feel more comfortable, put themselves in a slightly different position.
All right, last one we're gonna show me and the shit, and then we switch.
What? It's overtime.
Fine.
It's 8 minutes past.
After time, I'm gonna show them.
After time.
I'm gonna
What?
show them the shit.
You ain't gonna get no extra work out of me? What is this?
All
Wait,
right.
well, you think I live to work on
Fine.
Kristen Lumsden? You think my whole job is just...
I'm gonna give you a shit in a minute. He's getting a shit in a second. So are you guys.
30 minutes, bro.
All right, so bathroom breaking.
Yeah, we're going to go for a quick bathroom break. We'll be back in just a minute. We're also going to switch out microphones so she can talk to you guys.
Yeah.
But feel free, just take little pieces. As we continue to do this, don't feel like you have to follow us exactly. You're going to learn a little bit each time as we do it. We also put the anatomy on screen just so you have a better idea of what's going on. But we'll see you guys in just a minute.